So I was just walking, and I think on this idea, on awareness. So while I was walking, I found myself like thinking on these activities that we do while we are walking, but they are unconscious. So you may think like, what the fuck would you, or why you are thinking on that? If you are walking, you can like get hit by a car. But this is good. The first thing is that the mere activity of walking, it can take around to 10 to 20% of your awareness, and it's an external stimulus. So here there are a lot of things to count. The first one is that awareness can vary. It's not like something that is completely stable. It depends on the situation, how much attention you are putting on it, and a lot of different factors. We go from walking to sight, to our eyes. So this is another external stimulus, and is one of the ones that has more of our awareness on almost all the time. It has around 50%. It can go up to 60, 65. These are like estimations. They are not like anything that is exactly. And it can go down to 20%. After sight, we go with listening. Listening is a very interesting one because listening is external, but normally it takes around 20% and it can go up to 60%. And I think this is one of the most powerful to direct people's awareness into something and to give instructions to yourself. Listening. Okay, so now we move from the externals to the internals. For the internals, we start with breathing. Breathing is like the most common activity that you can do. So for breathing, I put it 5 to 7%. And if you practice like some breathing techniques, or you practice breathing control, it can go up. It can go up like to 40 to 60%. We move into thinking. Thinking can vary too. It's an internal one, and it can go from 50% to 25%, and it can go up depending on the situation, your internal state, your emotions. It can make it to 60%. It varies too. And for example, I'm an overthinker, so mine is around 50% normally. So now we can move into the windows to convert your awareness from external to internal and from internal to external. So how you do that? That's the interesting thing. The interesting thing here. Sorry. So how you turn a stimulus that's external to an internal, and one that is internal to an external. Okay, we start with hearing. So one way to do this is to listen to yourself. You can breathe, and you can focus your attention on your breathing to focus on something that is internal. An example is when you follow instructions when someone is giving you a meditation class. They are moving your awareness into some position to change your internal state. Is a way to direct your awareness by using instructions. Another way to refocus your awareness is with sight. So how you use sight? Well, you can focus on writing, reading, or journaling. These are activities that put ideas into something external. So in some way, using an external thing to express your internal state, you can make make it universal. Like you can use that external thing to go a little bit deeper into your internal state and to focus your attention and your awareness more into your internal state. And the last one with sight is just close your eyes to think. You will have more awareness to your disposal, more attention into your ideas, and in general, I think that's one of the most powerful. Just close your eyes. Okay, and now with breathing, how you turn breathing, that's an internal one, into an external. So the one that I think of is just with Tumo. So Tumo is a very powerful technique to literally shock you down. Like it shocks yourself, your internal state. It changes how you feel at that moment, and it's something that's internal to a certain point that has an impact onto your external state. And in thinking, you can practice turning your ideas into actions that will make something internal into an external. Okay, so now we can move into this one. So normally when you left your brain alone, it wanders. It will start to wander into different directions. So how we focus our attention into one singular point. I found some ideas that can be helpful for these situations. The first one is to have an objective. An objective will focus your attention into what you are trying to accomplish or what your main idea on doing that thing. So an objective is one of the most powerful ones. Another one is having a plan. If you plan ahead, you will know what to do, and your awareness will be on point most of the time. It will help. Another thing is to center your awareness just by breathing. This one is used in meditation when you are like your mind is wandering a lot, you are not focusing, you focus on your breathing to refocus your mind, to center your mind, to realize that you are thinking things that you shouldn't do at that particular moment. And lastly, to think more profoundly, just close your eyes. That's like a little rule that I found. And the second one is that if you want to direct the awareness of someone or yourself, use sound or sight. Sound is one of the most powerful because it can literally call a lot of people. It can call a big amount of people's attention just by using sound. Sight is a little bit more harder. And lastly, things that alter awareness are hunger, pain, emotions, desires, and drugs. So this is the first part. I want to expand on this, so I'm gonna continue working on this.